Zipping, Zapping, Zooming Bats, written by Earle and illustrated by Henry Cole. When the sun goes down, bats come out to hunt. You have to look quickly to see a bat before it's gone. Many bats hunt insects. They eat lots of insects. Each night, a bat chomps half its own weight in bugs. If you weigh 60 pounds, that's like eating 125 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches every day. Don't be scared if a bat flies past your head. It won't get in your hair. It's probably catching a juicy mosquito. Bats are terrific hunters. A little brown bat can catch 150 mosquitoes in 15 minutes. The gray bat can gobble 3,000 insects in one night. Bracken Cave in Texas is home to 20 million Mexican free-tailed bats. Together, they munch 250 tons of insects every night. Bats help get rid of insects that bite people. Bats also zap moths, beetles, and grasshoppers. These insects eat farmers' crops, the food that you and I need. Bats are good hunters because they have a special way of using sound. Bats make high beeping sounds. These sounds are too high-pitched for our ears, but bats can hear things ours can't. The beeps go out from the bat in waves. The sound waves hit objects around the bat. When the sound waves hit an object, they bounce back. The bounced sound waves come back to the bat as echoes. The bat can tell by the echoes what kind of insect is near and exactly where it is. Then the bat can catch it. We call this echolocation. The echoes that bounce off a tree sound different from the echoes that bounce off a bug. Bats use echolocation to hear things that are in their way. They can zoom fast through dark forest and black cave tunnels. If a bat gets into your house, open a door or a window. The bat will echolocate and hear the opening it can use to fly out. Bats are also good hunters because they are expert flyers. Their wings are different from bird wings. Bat wings have long arm bones with extra long finger bones. A thin skin called a membrane stretches between the bones. The membrane connects the wing bones to the bat's legs and body. It may also join the tail to the legs. Bat wings are like webbed hands. A flying bat can move its wings much the way that you can move your fingers. This means a bat can quickly change the shape of its wings. If a bug dodges away, the bat can zigzag fast and chase it. A bat can catch a flying insect in its wing, flip it into its tail membrane, and then scoop it into its mouth. Bats have hooked claws on their toes and thumbs. When bats sleep or clean themselves, they hang upside down by their toe claws. They use their claws to move around on their roost, to comb their fur, and to clean their ears. Bats keep themselves clean as cats, using both their tongues and claws. Because bats fly at night, many people are scared of them. Sometimes people tell scary stories about vampires that can change into bats. Dracula and other vampires are not real. Bats fly at night because that's when they can find their favorite meals. Bats are really very gentle. In China, bats are considered good luck. The Wufu sign has 5 bats drawn in a circle with their wing tips touching. Inside the circle is the tree of life. The Wufu sign is like our 4-leaf clover. It means long life, good luck, wealth, health, and happiness. Emperors liked bat signs on their robes, thrones, and palaces. In winter, many bats hibernate. This means that bats sleep deeply. While bats are hibernating, their breathing slows down and their heart rate drops from 900 to 20 beats a minute. Hibernating bats need less energy to stay alive. Bats get ready for hibernation by stuffing themselves full of food, especially in the last weeks of warm weather. Their bodies store the extra food as fat. This fat will be their food through the winter. Sometimes when people explore caves, They kill bats by accident. If you went into a cave where bats were hibernating, you could wake them up. Then they would fly to another part of the cave. Each time that happens, the bat uses up about a month's supply of fat. If they use up too much stored food, they will starve before spring when they can hunt again. If you go into a cave in June or July, be sure to look for baby bats. If you do see pups, never touch or bother them. Leave quickly and quietly. Bats are mammals. They are the only flying animals that nurse. This means that the mother's bodies make milk to feed their babies. Bat pups hang together in large groups called nurseries. Each mother returns to feed her pup at least twice a night. The pups feed their mother's milk to survive. If you distribute a nursery cave, the frightened mothers may leave, and the pups will starve. Besides disturbing their caves, people harm bats by destroying their homes. People close off their attics and tear down old barns. They seal off empty mines and cut down forests where bats like to live. Several kinds of bats are now in danger of dying out. In some places, there aren't enough bats left to keep down the number of insect pests. Farmers lose crops and mosquitoes feast on us. People could use poisons to kill bugs, but poisons can also be dangerous to humans, other animals, and plants. There are many ways people can help bats. Some people put bat houses in their yards. Public parks and nature centers may have houses for large groups of bats. See page 32 for plans to build your own bat house. Groups who care about wild animals are putting gates on cave entrances. Bats can zip easily through the gate, but people can't. In Midfield, Alabama, elementary school children can join the BAT, Bats Are Terrific Club. Members help spread the word that bats are not scary. If a bat flies past you in the dark, listen closely. Maybe you can hear the soft, fast flutter of its wings before it's gone. Even if you can't, you can be sure that the bat heard you. Bat facts. There are more than 980 different kinds of bats in the world. The bat in this book, called the little brown bat, is the most common bat in the United States. Here are some other kinds of bats. The California leafed-nosed bat lives in lowland deserts area of the western U.S. and Mexico. Instead of using echolocation, these bats find bugs by listening for their footsteps or wing beats. Then they pluck the katydid or moth from the ground or plant. They can even hear a cricket walking. Hog-nosed bats of Thailand are the tiniest bats and the world's smallest mammals. About the size of bumblebees, they weigh less than a dime and have a wingspan of just 5.5 inches. Mexican free-tailed bats winters in Mexico and return to caves in the southern and western U.S. in spring. The largest colony has 20 million free-tailed bats in Bracken Cave near San Antonio, Texas. Some colonies have lost huge numbers. Carlsbad Caverns, New Mexico, now has 250,000 bats, down from 8 million. And Eagle Creek Cave, Arizona, has only 30,000 bats now, down from 30 million. Gray bats are endangered. They can hibernate in only 9 caves in the U.S., where the temperature stays the same all winter. In summer, you may be able to see bats at Ninkajack Cave near Chattanooga, Tennessee, Rockbridge Memorial State Park near Columbia, and Bowling Wind Cave near Scottsboro, Alabama. Vampire bats live in parts of Mexico and Central and South America. They are the only species of bats that eat blood. Most often, they feed on blood of a sleeping cattle or other livestock. You can see vampire bats at Seattle's Woodland Zoo. Flying foxes are giants in the bat world, with a wingspan of up to 6 feet. They eat fruit, nectar, and pollen. Australia's gray-headed flying fox, shown here, feeds on the fruit of gum, eucalyptus, and fig trees. Without these and other fruit bats to spread seeds and pollen, many tropical and subtropical forests around the world might not survive. Bat house plans. To build a simple bat house, you'll need wood, nails, and some fiberglass screening. Just cut boards to the dimensions shown below and nail them together tightly. Some fiberglass stringing stretched across the inside back wall will provide toe holds for the bats. Hang your bat house high in a tree or on the side of a building. In warm regions, hang their house where it will be shaded most of the day. In cooler areas, make sure the house gets several hours of sun each day. For more information on bats and bat houses, more detailed plans, or even pre-built bat houses, you can write to the Bat Conservation International, P.O. Box 162603, Austin, Texas 78716.